Welcome to a new Clash of Clans video. I am Huglaik and today I'm bringing you yet another CWL Olympic recap, this time from the semi-final between Scandinavia and N Euro Allstars, aka Germany with France. Scandinavia unfortunately lost this war by 1 star, but man did we put up a show at the end of the war. N Euro Allstars leading the war all the way, but the last minutes were totally insane, putting up 3 Town Hall 11 triple attempts in the last minute of the war, in addition to a Town Hall 10, and only very small margins on one of the hits prevented Scandinavia from stealing that finale spot from the Germans. That being said, N Euro did a very good job with 15 10v10 triples, so they deserved the win absolutely. Good job to them. But now, let's take a look at some of the Scandinavian hits in this epic war. And let's just start on the top. Scandinavia's own Donald Trump taking out Maxwell himself in the final seconds of the war. Personally, I do hate those last-minute attacks. Not because I don't understand the entertaining effect of these attacks, but I simply do not have the nerves for 3 Town Hall 11 triples last minute of the war. Here we can see Donald Trump's queen is coming in, Grand Warden watching over her as he tries to make a funnel on one side of the base, taking out some defenses and trash buildings, opening up for the rest of his troops on the other side. Any minute now we will see some bowlers come down with the last healer to make the funnel on the other side. Here they come, taking out that archer camp and the dark spell factory, opening up, and here comes Giant out of the clan castle, wall breakers under rage, opening up that outer layer of wall, and the Eagle artillery is starting to shoot at his troops. Here comes the rest of the bowler and the witches, everything going into the center, and a jump spell down to get everything into the town hall and the core. Here we can see the single target infernos are locking on, and he uses the Grand Warden ability in the minute all his troops is encountering those bomb towers and traps in the center of the building, so none of his troops are taking any damage from that. At this point the Eagle artillery goes down, but gets to shoot off one last shot before it goes down. And even though there are not many defenses left in this base, there are not many troops left for Donald Trump either, but luckily he has the healers keeping everything nice and alive as they walk around to take out the rest of these buildings. King is tanking for the bowlers up on top, and the queen is going south with 1 bowler and a witch from inside the base, taking out those last defenses. Up on top we can see the king and bowlers will prevail and take out those last defenses, and on the bottom the queen and the bowler is doing the same thing. So at this point everyone is cheering and wooing and thinking, okay, we actually got a chance on this. But we had a lot of more attacks going down at the same time, but good job from Donald Trump. At the same time as Donald Trump is hitting on Maxwell, we have Mathias going in on Lucas0299, also last minute of the war, and almost the same strategy as well. However, he does have a P.E.K.K.A. in his composition, and we will see a lot more to that P.E.K.K.A. eventually. First, he starts with the queen, open the walls with a wall breaker, or a couple of wall breakers, obviously. Grand Warden and healers down to keep that witch nice and alive, and rages the queen to get her quickly through those first defenses. Here comes another set of wall breakers, trying to open up the walls on the top, but don't manage to do so, and he puts in his P.E.K.K.A. to break through the wall. Here comes the bowlers and the witches and the king down to support that P.E.K.K.A. going up in front of his troops. Rage down to get all his troops quickly to that eagle artillery and take it down. Use the Grand Warden ability to keep everything alive going into those heavy defenses and the clan castle. Baby Dragon in the clan castle is still alive, but is about to go down for the witches and the poison spell. Defenses is about to take out a lot of his troops, and there are still a lot of defenses left in the base, especially to Wizard Tower doing some damage to his skeletons and bowlers. But if we look down south now, we can see a P.E.K.K.A. And the P.E.K.K.A. is still alive, and now she got the healers on her. And that P.E.K.K.A. is going to secure these troops getting through all the way through the base and taking out those defenses. A P.E.K.K.A. with healers on her will be able to stay alive through a lot of defenses. And she does. And she also breaks through that last section of walls, bringing all his troops in to get those last couple of defenses. A wizard tower, a cannon, and 2 hidden Tesla towers. As his troops hammer through that last wall, he puts out a archer to do some cleanup on the side. But no doubt about it, the P.E.K.K.A. was the hero of this attack. Very good job from Mathias, also in the last seconds of the war. Nerve-wracking stuff here. The next Town Hall 11 attack is Muttsy. Muttsy also attacked the last seconds of the war, but that was not this attack. Unfortunately, he didn't manage to pull off a 3-star on his last 11v11 attempt, but it was really close. A little bit earlier though, he did this attack against Itsu from N Euro Allstars, and again we can see almost the same strategy. Here comes in with the Queen charge with healers, and the Grand Warden uses a Baby Dragon to establish a funnel on one side. But look at this, the wall breakers breaks up 2 layers of wall, and he wanted the Queen to go into that eagle artillery. He does, however, lure out the clan castle, but the Queen is doomed to go the wrong way. So let's check out this Queen. Goes over, take out that cannon, and moves along to the gold storage. And here she does something very strange. She actually goes back. Luckily for Muttsy, the Queen goes back even though there are closer buildings, and take out that expo, taking out those elixir pumps, and moves on to take on the eagle artillery. So this almost could have failed his raid, but luckily the Queen was smart enough to think, yes, that eagle artillery, let's take that down. In comes the rest of his troops, a golem to tank, or 2 golems to tank for his bowlers and witches and king, a jump spell down to get them into the core of the base, while the Queen is continuing her raid into the core. Itsu uses actually a multi-target Inferno tower. I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but it is what it is. The bowlers, however, does not have any problems with the single target Inferno, and they are moving quickly around into this base, destroying everything in their path. The time was an issue in this raid. I do believe it was only a couple of seconds left on the clock when he got the 3rd star. And at this point, it was quite nerve-wracking to watch his troops moving around in the base. But the Queen is still alive, has her ability, and has healers on her, uses the ability now to speed things along, and we got a big group of bowlers coming in from the top, taking out those storages, and moving on to take out the rest of the buildings. One single archer on the outside of the wall is managed to take out the last building before the clock ticks out, and a 3-star and very good job from Muttsy. Now let's move on to check out some 10 versus 10 action. You might say that Scandinavia were outgunned 10v10, but we did actually put off 9 10v10 triples, although N Euro Allstars picked up 15 10 versus 10 triples. That was awesome on their part. Here we got Conan going in on King Tim with a Gobo Ho. Uses a lot of troops around the base, some archers, minions, wizards to take out some free buildings before he puts down his queen on the town hall. And obviously he is trying to go in with a heavy kill squad from the town hall side of this base. 2 golems is coming down, tanking for the queen and the bowlers. Tesla pops up and a king comes in behind the golems. Wall breakers down to break through that first layer of wall, and the rest of the bowlers are coming in to charge against that archer queen and the enemy clan castle. And unfortunately, he obviously did want to get that single target inferno, but unfortunately the troops passes through it. And here comes the hogs in at 8 o'clock, going straight for that first inferno tower. He has made a funnel so that the hogs will path directly to it. Giant bomb going off, and the first heal is coming down for the hogs. Next group of hogs is coming in down towards that wizard tower, so that that will be taken out efficiently. And he still got 2 heal spells left while he is taking on these last part of the base. Already starting the cleanup. Wizards and archers and whatnot are going around cleaning up the trash buildings, while the hogs, through the last heal, is going towards that final inferno tower that his kill squad didn't manage to get. A giant bomb kills some of his hogs there, but he luckily had some hogs going outside for that mortar that are coming back to take out that single target inferno. Very good job from Conan, taking out King Tim, and a 3-star for Scandinavia. We did also have some good Town Hall 9 raids this war, but I'm not going to show any of that in this video. However, I will show 2 more Town Hall 10 triples, and the first one here is Royce with my favorite attack strategy, the Valkyries and the Falcon. Just because the Valkyries are so beautiful to watch when they are rampaging through the bases. Here comes Ian in with some funneling troops at first. Uses a bowler, a Valkyrie, a minion, some archers, just to take out some free buildings. Uses a giant to tank for the queen up on the top of the base. And she is obviously going to funnel for the Valkyries that right now are coming in with bowlers straight behind, just hammering through that wall under rage. Heal is down to meet the troops while they engage the clan castle and the enemy queen and some bomb towers and a lot of traps. And this attack strategy goes so fast that you can't even see what's happening in there almost until it's all over. All spells are used at this point. He does have a backside balloon for eventual defense buildings standing alone, and here he sends it in towards the wizard tower, but I do not think that balloon can... Oh, that was a lot of air traps as well, so that balloon is going down, but takes the wizard tower down with the kill drop damage. So this is a clear 3-star. Still a lot of troops left on the board. Those bowlers taking out or giant tanking for the bowlers coming in to take out that last cannon. Obviously that cannon is somewhat not willing to die, so he has to wait for the other Valkyries, the king and bowlers, to get around on the second round to take out those last buildings. But we can see he is getting it done, and the Valkyries in record time has wrecked yet another base with the Falcon. Good job there from Ian taking out Royce. Last attack of today is Rock taking down Devil's Reject, and he uses a Queen Charge Bow Witch attack. First thing he does is obviously making a funnel. Without funneling, you will fail your attacks. This is one of the key things to accomplish in a raid, is to establish a good funnel. Rock does this with his Queen at 3 o'clock and Witches and Bowlers at 12 o'clock, so that he makes sure that his main troops only has one way to go, and that is into the center. Here comes all his troops, Giant in front, Bowlers, King coming in behind, Jump Spell to get everything into the core. Rage is down so that those Bowlers will do maximum amount of damage. Poison down for the enemy Queen and the enemy Clan Castle, while the Bowlers are just rolling in through that base and rocks are being thrown everywhere. And the Queen is just continuing her stroll down on the outside of the base, taking out trash buildings and taking out defenses as she goes along. Up on top, the Witches are starting to get a little bit trouble with that splash damage, but they got healers on them, so they should be able to stay alive to the end on this, while the Bowlers are trying to get through the wall and taking out those last defenses. Queen is, however, coming around, taking out the Expo, and the King is tanking for her as well, so there is nothing left in this base that will be able to stop all of these troops. Town Hall is about to go down, and the Bowlers are crashing down on those last defenses through that last wall now, and this base is done. Very strong attack, very good execution from Rock, taking out Devil's Reject, and another very good 10 versus 10 triple for Scandinavia. Unfortunately, it was not enough this war. N Euro Allstars is going to the final and is facing USA, I think their clan is called, in the final, while Scandinavia is playing the bronze final against Japan. I will be back with both a recap from that, and I will also stream a bit both from the bronze final and the final. But that was it for this video. If you like it, please hit the like button. If you got something intelligent to say, please share it in the comment section with the rest of us. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do subscribe. But that was it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out and clash on.